important Southeastern Conference games. Kentucky has a 2-1 conference record, Tennessee an 0-3 record. Overall, the Cats have played 14 games, while Tennessee's played just 11. The Wildcats have a record of 11 wins and 3 losses. Tennessee, 8 wins and 3 losses. In checking over Kentucky's record, it shows them to be pulling right along even with last year's record when they won 20 of 26 games. Both teams move out, so stand by for the ball game. Ed Beck shakes hand with the opposing center, Gene Termollion. They both stand 6'7", although Termollion has a big weight advantage, 32 pounds, 220 to Ed Beck's 188. They check with the captains toward the scores table. The two men, Termollion and Beck, move in. Here's the tap, goes to Kentucky as John Krigler gets it just in behind Tennessee's Leon Ammerman. Hands to Jerry Calvert, who sets it up. High pass to the pivot to Beck at the free throw line. Kick to Krigler for a 15-footer. It's good. John Krigler hits the first shot taken in the ball game, and the Cats lead by 2-0. Down in backcourt, Herm Thompson of Tennessee's got Earl Atkins on him. Crisscrosses, and Calvert picks him up, staying deep with it. Down the left side to Termollion, who walks with it, and it's out of bounds to Kentucky. Termollion took kind of a hop before he started his dribble. Calvert out of bounds, flips into Earl Atkins. Moves up to the dividing line. Pulls up, gives a high pass to Beck, back to Calvert. Knocked down in the pivot and taken by Tennessee. Scooping it up is Leon Ammerman, who comes on up in front court with it for the Vols. Kentucky still leading. Here's Thompson driving by Atkins, laying it in good. Herm Thompson of Tennessee ties the ball game at 2-2. 1 minute gone as Atkins comes back in front court. Bounce pass to Cox, back to Atkins. Calvert goes through, gets the pass, hands to Krigler, who drops it. Fight for the ball. Beck's got it, and here's a foul against Beck of Kentucky. First foul of the ball game goes to Kentucky's 6'7" captain, Ed Beck. On the Tennessee free throw line, Leon Ammerman. Chance to give Tennessee the lead for the first time in the game. Thompson back in a safety along with his sophomore running weight, Don Bingham. Ammerman shoots, misses. Cox gets the rebound, knocked away by Termollion and out of bounds to Kentucky. Calvert feeds quickly to Atkins, who attacks. Pulls up out deep. Closely guarded. Bounce pass to Beck, who drops it, picks it up, turns for a 20-foot jump shot. No good. Off the rim, Ammerman of Tennessee's got the ball. The Volunteers fast breaking. And here's a foul, a walking being called against Ammerman, who tried to set up 3-1 by cutting Atkins out with a pass. Kentucky takes over. Atkins on the left side to Cox, fakes to break, passes out to Calvert. He sets in, backs away. Passes over to Cox. Here's the jump shot. It's good. Johnny Cox strikes from the outside for his first field goal of the night. Kentucky's on top 4-2. Tennessee attacking with Captain Herm Thompson in front court. Moving down the left side, handing off to Termollion, who's come out on the side. Goes in against Beck for a jump shot that's off to the right. Rebounding, Johnny Krigler picks it up on the bounce. Flips up to Cox, moving in front court, hands to Calvert. Out to Atkins, top of the circle, sets, and jumping right up on his back is Bingham. Bingham, badly faked on the play, commits the first Tennessee foul of the game, drove Atkins to the floor. Atkins shaken a little bit on the play. Earl Atkins at the Kentucky free throw line, plays it with the feet close together in a 2-point lead. Sights for a right-handed shot that's no good. Rebound by Johnny Cox, turns, jump shot too high. Beck taps, no good. Thompson takes it for Tennessee. Moves up in front court with the ball, steams up to the top of the circle and fires. It's good. Second field goal for Herm Thompson of Tennessee, and it's a 4-4 ball game. Krigler on the right side, passes out to Atkins now. In the pivot to Beck. Spins right, hooks left, no good. Rolls off, comes in. Beck getting a hook shot for his first field goal, and the Cats lead again by 2 points. 6-4. Back in front court, Thompson of Tennessee breaks to the right, gives off to Bingham, breaking in against Atkins, gives off to Termollion to the left side. Jump shot, no good. Krigler rebounds for Kentucky, comes quickly up in front court with it, pulls up out deep and to the right. Passes out to Atkins, over to Calvert. Gives to Beck in the pivot, spins right, double teams. Ball taken away from him, but Krigler picks it up down in the right corner. Passes out to Calvert, in the pivot to Beck. Beck spins right, comes back with a left-handed hook. It's in there. Kentucky working the pivot heavily tonight, has taken a 4-point lead for the first time in the game at 8-4. We've played 3 minutes of basketball here in Knoxville. Back in front court, Don Bingham of Tennessee, sophomore guard from Kentucky, breaks on Calvert, and a foul has been called, kicking against Tennessee's center, Gene Termollion. It's his first personal of the ball game. Herm Thompson, the Tennessee captain, walks down the court with him saying something to him as Jerry Calvert starts to the free throw line. Tennessee calls the first time out of the ball game. We got 16 minutes, 48 seconds to play here in the first half, with it 8-4 in favor of Kentucky. Herm Thompson has all 4 of Tennessee's points on 2 field goals. Ed Beck leads Kentucky with 2 field goals. The Cats have 2 other field goals. Johnny Cox and John Krigler, the 2 forwards. Kentucky guards so far have not scored. Each team has missed 1 free throw. Earl Atkins of Kentucky, Leon Ammerman of Tennessee. Kentucky, incidentally, again has a 13-man squad. The reserves tonight are Lincoln Collinsworth of Salyersville, Harold Ross of Hickman, Dick Howe of Carbondale, Illinois, Adrian Smith of Farmington, Bill Cassidy of Inez, Ray Mills of Manchester, Johnny Brewer of Anchorage, and Bill Smith of Walton. Now the warning horn sounds and we go back to play. Calvert has a chance to become the first Kentucky guard to score in this game, with the Cats on top by 8-4. Calvert pulls the feet apart, sights, and up and between the knees with a 2-hander that's no good. Taken off by Termollion of Tennessee. Out to Bingham, moves up in front court with it. Stops out deep and straight away. Passes over to Herm Thompson. Breaks to the left on Atkins, and Atkins fouled him, trying to keep up with him. It's the first foul on Earl Atkins. Each team has committed 2, and Tennessee's Herm Thompson makes his first appearance at the free throw line. Cats leading by 8-4. Thompson stands well back of the line as he shoots good. That's the first free throw converted in the ball game after 3 attempts. A bonus shot now to the 5'11 Tennessee captain. It's off to the left, no good. Cox has it taken away by Termollion, and Tennessee keeps possession. Here's Thompson driving again, flips it up, no good. Foul call, Earl Atkins of Kentucky. His second foul of the game, both of them here in a row. Herm Thompson of Tennessee moves out for 2 shots this time. We played 3.5 minutes as Thompson shoots the first one good. Now Tennessee trails by 2 points at 8-6. Thompson's second shot's good. Scores 8-7 as Tennessee made 3 points that trip down the floor, all on free throws. Calvert to Atkins in front court deep into the left side. Passes to Beck in the pivot. Turns around for a 15-footer. It rolls off, no good. Atkins taps, no good. Taken off by Tennessee. Taking it, Leon Ammerman. Moves up in front court, fires. Thompson takes a jump shot, no good. Beck rebounds, drops it. Krigler picks it up. Passes to Calvert. It's knocked by Thompson out of bounds. Calvert passes to Atkins. Moves up in front court. Down the left side to Cox, back to Atkins. He sets. 30-footer is 5 feet short, way short of the mark. Termollion of Tennessee picked it off, gave it to Herm Thompson, and moves up in front court with it. Tennessee trailing by 1 point. Thompson drives against Atkins, lays it up, no good, rolls out. Termollion wide open, missed the rebound. Taps it up, no good. Knocked up by Keller, no good. Taken off by Ammerman as Tennessee dominates. Hook, good. Tennessee dominating the boards, and Ammerman with his first field goal puts the Vols on top 9-8 as the Vols rattle off 5 straight points. Calvert down the right side to Krigler. Out to Atkins. He sets, moves to the right, pulls up, bounce pass to Beck, a hook. It's short. Taken off by Termollion of Tennessee. Out to Thompson, taken away by Calvert, given over. Nope, shoots and misses. Drops in. Correctness after 3 bounces. Calvert gets it. First field goal, and Kentucky leads 10-9 on a steal by Calvert. Now Don Bingham of Tennessee in front court, fakes left, goes down the middle on Calvert and lays it up, no good. Termollion taps it in. Gene Termollion of Tennessee gets his first field goal, and Tennessee's back on top, 11-10. Atkins down the left side to Cox, breaks by Keller, and a foul against the Tennessee forward. Dick Keller, his first one of the ball game, and each team has committed 3. Johnny Cox of Kentucky is on the line. We've played 5 minutes, 5 seconds of this ball game, and the Volunteers lead by 1 point. Kentucky still has not hit a free throw. Here's Cox shooting and hitting. So it's 11-11 as Cox takes the bonus try now. 6'4" sophomore from Hazard stands in with feet well apart. Takes a 2-hander up in between the knees, and it's short and off the rim. Tennessee rebounds as Keller takes it off for the Vols. Passes her over to Thompson. Score remains tied, 11-11. Thompson drives, gives off to Ammerman on the right side. Ammerman breaks against Krigler. His shot up and in. Ammerman gets his second field goal, and Tennessee leads for the first time by 2 points, 13-11. Calvert to Atkins in front court. In the pivot to Beck. He turns with a one-bounce dribble, comes back, hooked. It's around and out, no good. Krigler rebounds, lays it in, and a foul on the play. Tennessee's Keller drawing another one. The goal is good. Second foul on Keller. The goal by Krigler is his second one of the game and ties it at 13-13. Now Krigler has a chance with a free throw to give Kentucky the lead. He shoots and hits. And Kentucky leads on a three-point trip by John Krigler. Cats have had a 4-point lead at 8-4, and Tennessee went on top with a run of 5 straight points. Thompson in front court. Bates left, gets 2 men on him, but can't get the pass into Keller, the open man. Outside Bingham, misses. Off with it, Johnny Cox of Kentucky. Moves out of that zone with it and comes on up in front court as Tennessee runs the defense back. Over to Calvert, down to Atkins to the right. Breaks on Thompson under the basket and lays it up good. Fine individual move by Earl Atkins for his first field goal. And all 5 of the Cats have a field goal as Kentucky leads 16-13. Herm Thompson in front court for Tennessee. Moves to the right, passes in back to in front lines to Don Bingham. He breaks to the right, takes a jump shot off a screen. It's good. Don Bingham of Tennessee with his first field goal cuts Kentucky's lead back to 1 point, 16-15. Atkins to Calvert in front court. Down the right to Krigler. Fakes, breaks on Ammerman, and lays it up good. John Krigler with his third field goal, and the Craig is running tonight. He's picked up 7 points to lead the Cats in scoring as they take another 3-point advantage, 18-15. Here's Thompson moving to the right, cuts back to the free throw line. Fakes Calvert and shoots no good. Off the rim, Cox rebounds for Kentucky. Flipped it back too late, out of bounds. Calvert made a run as though he was going to get it, and Cox stopped, and neither one of them touched it. It went out of bounds to Tennessee. Here's Bingham in front court, hands. Tremolin jumps it up the free throw line, shortened to the right, and Cox picks it off this time. Flips to Calvert. High pass to Beck, moving in front court. Breaks in and hooks short, no good. Rebounding Krigler, knocked away, picked up by Cox and lays it in. Johnny Cox with his second field goal puts Kentucky on top 20-15 after 7 minutes of play. Longest lead of the game for either team. Don Bingham in front court for Tennessee pulls up abruptly and gives to Thompson. A head fake and a drive by Atkins, picked up by Cox, and a foul on Johnny Cox of Kentucky. It's the first foul by Johnny Cox and the 4th foul by each team. Tennessee's Herm Thompson will take one. He's hit 3 out of 4 tonight. Kentucky has a 5-point lead. As Thompson shoots, he got it. Thompson is the game's leading scorer now with 8 points as he tries for his bonus shot. Kentucky's lead 4 points, 20-16. Thompson shoots no good this time. Johnny Cox of Kentucky is pushed by Tremolin of Tennessee as he went for the rebound. It's the second foul on Tremolin and the 5th against the Volunteers. 7 minutes and 20 seconds have been played. Kentucky 20, Tennessee 16. And Johnny Cox of Kentucky, who has hit one and missed one, is on the line for a try. Cox standing in with the feet apart, shoots a two-handed free throw from up between the knees. It's good. Cats take another 5-point lead. They're second of the ball game, 21-16. Cox stands in now for the bonus shot as he tries for his 7th point of the game to match Krigler, the other forward, and he got it. So the score is Kentucky 22, Tennessee 16 as the Vols take the ball. Herm Thompson moves up past the dividing stripe, passes over to Bingham, who walks with it, made a fake and changed pivot feet, actually, is what he did. Calvert out of bounds, passes to Atkins right at the line. He moves across in front court down the right side to Krigler, who moves out and walks with it, and it goes back to Tennessee. Krigler seemed to trip as he came off the forward position. Pass quickly into Thompson, who breaks to the right. Atkins goes with him and fouls him. That's the 3rd foul on Earl Atkins, and there are 5 fouls against each team. Thompson of Tennessee has already had 6 free throws, and Adrian Smith is going to get a shot at him for Kentucky. He's the first substitute to report. Shot no good, but Thompson. Beck taps behind him to Atkins, and Kentucky holds on to its lead 22-16. Atkins in front court, moves down the left side, watches Calvert go through, gives to Beck at the free throw line. He moves in, hooks a pass through the hands of Krigler and out of bounds. Adrian Smith waiting to report now at the next dead ball situation. Bingham moves back in against Calvert, moves down the right side, hands off to Ammerman, who breaks out against Krigler to the free throw line. Whips one outside to Thompson, who races to get it just about a foot from the dividing line. Cuts left, goes right, gives to Bingham, who walks with it again. Bingham changes feet on a change of pace move out front. Calvert feeds it into Atkins. We've had 3 straight walking infractions. Here's Krigler on the left corner getting it. Double team gives out to Atkins. Looks for Beck. Sets and bounces one into Beck. He's double teamed. The ball's taken away from him. Picked up by Ammerman of Tennessee and fouled by Krigler of Kentucky. John Krigler committing his first foul, and Adrian Smith checks in for the Wildcats, a 19-year-old junior from Farmington, replacing Earl Atkins. Smith is 6 feet, weighs 178, has 22 points this season for a 2.4 average per game. His best night was against Maryland when he scored 6. Ammerman of Tennessee is on the free throw line. He's got one coming. 5'11" forward, shoots and hits. Ammerman will try a bonus shot, as Kentucky's lead right now is 22-17 with 11 and a half minutes here in the first half in Knoxville. Second shot by Ammerman is good. It's 22-18 as Cox gets it on the left side. Back out to Smith, to Calvert. Beck goes to the pivot. The pass to Krigler on the right side. Moves out, gives to Smith, moving to the right. Pulls up, gives to Calvert. Top of the circle, set shot. Short. On the floor. The ball rolled around. Picked up by Ammerman of Tennessee. He's got a 3-2 break. Goes down the middle against Calvert. Gives over, and a foul. Blocking by Calvert. First foul on Jerry Calvert of Kentucky. Coach Adolph Rupp comes up off the bench. And Ammerman of Tennessee is back on the line, where he has hit 2 out of 3. Kentucky with a 4-point lead, 11 minutes, 8 seconds to go. Good by Ammerman. And the Tennessee forward from Newcastle, Indiana, will take another free throw. The bonus shot. Right hands one up that's no good this time. Knocked down by Johnny Cox and picked up by Calvert. Moves up in front court quickly, cuts to the free throw line. Underhands one to Smith, down to Krigler in the left corner. Shot good. John Krigler gets his 4th field goal, more than anybody else for either team. Kentucky leading 24-19 as we go into the last 11 minutes of the first half. Thompson in front court breaks in against Adrian Smith, picked up by Beck on the screen. Gives off on the right, and walking again by Don Bingham. 3 straight times the Tennessee forward has changed his pace. And walked with it. Here's Calvert bouncing into Adrian Smith, back to Calvert. Passes to Smith in front court, down the right to Krigler, out to Calvert. He sets, breaks in, goes for the basket. The shot, no good, and a foul. Blocking against Tennessee, in much the same situation that Calvert was called for blocking. Looks like Ammerman, it is, drawing his first personal foul of the game. 13 fouls in the ball game so far as Calvert of Kentucky is on the line. Shooting 2. First one, good. Kentucky 25, Tennessee 19. 10 and a half minutes here in the first half. Calvert shooting his second shot. It's good. And the Wildcats go on top by 26-19. The longest lead of the game for either team. Herm Thompson, Tennessee captain, back in front court. High pass goes to Ammerman, fakes Krigler, and hooks it up. Beck blocks it, fight for the ball as it comes off. Krigler's got it, passes up to Adrian Smith. Mosen whips one over to Ed Beck, 15 feet away. He shoots and misses, comes out of there. Fight for the ball. Adrian Smith of Kentucky's got it, tripped, but keeps her bouncing. Over to Beck to Calvert, and a 35-footer is no good. Tapped out of bounds, picked up by Cox before it went out, and he shoots good. Johnny Cox with his 3rd field goal. And Kentucky moves out in front, 28-19. Bingham of Tennessee past the dividing line. Passes to Thompson to his left. He moves to the right against Adrian Smith. Flips back. Bingham, jump shot, bounces in. Don Bingham of Tennessee with his 2nd field goal. Kentucky leads 28-21. Atkins in front court, or rather Smith in front court. Moves to the left side, gives to Krigler. Top of the circle, jump shot, no good. Tap by Beck, no good. Termullion of Tennessee rebounds. Hits the floor as he passes to Bingham. Moving in front court against Calvert. Down the right side of the corner to Keller. Breaks under, drops the ball out of bounds. Goes to Kentucky off the left side of the back court down deep. Here in the first half, 9 minutes and 15 seconds to play. Adrian Smith in front court passes to Calvert. In the pivot to Beck. Defense collapses. He moves right, hooks left. Good. Ed Beck with his 3rd field goal. Moves Kentucky on top again by 9 points. 30-21. 9 minutes to go as Bingham of Tennessee pumps from 30 feet and misses. Short into the right, Tremolin slaps no good. Knocked down by Cox and into the seats, out of bounds as Adrian Smith touched it last. Bingham of Tennessee puts it in play from the left corner to Thompson on the right side, and a quick one-ender's no good. Tapped by Tremolin, no good. Knocked down by Tremolin, who got it. Gene Tremolin of Tennessee gets his 2nd field goal, and Kentucky's lead is 7 points, 30-23. Adrian Smith of Kentucky down the left side to Cox. who moves out to the top of the circle, takes a jump shot from there, and it's no good off the rim. Picked up by Krigler. Moves back in, under, and out the other side. Passes to Adrian Smith. Gives to Beck. Beck double team. Turns, and a hook shot is no good. Rebounding, Johnny Cox. Out of bounds to Tennessee as he dropped it. Kentucky leading 30-23. Tennessee takes over with Thompson in front court. 8 minutes to play in the first half. Over to Don Bingham to the right. Down the right side, he threw it and caught it himself in the corner as the forward Keller moved away from it. Over to Ammerman, breaks in against Krigler, and a foul called on the play. Krigler for blocking. It's the second one on John Krigler. Timeout, Tennessee. Their second timeout of the ball game. The clock shows 7 minutes, 50 seconds to play. And Kentucky is out in front by 7 points, 30-23. So here's the scoring as we stand at this point of the ball game with the Cats holding a 7-point lead. Jerry Calvert has 4 points on a field goal and 2 free throws. Johnny Cox of Kentucky has 9 points, 3 field goals, 3 free throws. Beck has 6 points on 3 field goals. Atkins, who's out of the game right now, has a field goal for 2 points. And Krigler has 9 points along with Johnny Cox. Krigler has 4 field goals and a free throw. For Tennessee, Herm Thompson has been able to pick up 8 points, 2 field goals, 4 free throws. Leon Ammerman has 7 points, 2 field goals and 3 free throws. Bingham has 4 points and a pair of field goals, and the same for Termollion, 4 points on 2 field goals. The warning horn sounds, and it's back to play. Ammerman of Tennessee is on the free throw line. He's hit 3 out of 5. This time he's shooting 1. Ammerman up looking. Right-hander shoots and hits. 30-24 now. Kentucky with a 6-point advantage. Ammerman back at the line for the bonus shot. It's good. So Kentucky's 9-point lead has been cut down to 5 as Tennessee reels off 4 straight points. 30-25. Gary Calvert back in front court for the Wildcats. Sets it up. Cox moves to the right side. Calvert fakes to Beck. Stand there holding it. Then passes the right side to Cox, who moves out. Falls up quickly. Double team. Passes out to Smith. Over to Calvert. In the pivot to Beck. Out to Adrian Smith. Whistle. 3-second violation by Ed Beck. Goes over to Tennessee. Now can Tennessee get up 2 more points? That'll give them 6 in a row against the Cats. To the right side goes Thompson, and tripping by John Krigler is called. Now Kentucky's got 3 men, each with 3 fouls. That's Atkins not in the game, and Krigler in the game at forward. Herm Thompson of Tennessee is on the free throw line for 1 shot. Thompson has hit 4 out of 7. He shoots and hits. So Tennessee down by 9 points has started moving back. Right at the moment, they're within 4, 30-26. Bonus shot to Thompson. No good. Cox rebounds. Passes out to Calvert. Who moves up in front court. Over to Adrian Smith. Down the left side to Cox. Back to Smith. Over to Calvert. Down the right to Krigler. Krigler moves out, gives to Adrian Smith. Moves to the right, goes for the basket, and fouled by Bingham of Tennessee, committing his 2nd of the game. Adrian Smith, who hasn't scored, goes to the Kentucky free throw line. Clock shows 7 minutes, 9 seconds here in the first half. Smith of Kentucky shooting 1. It is good. Bonus free throw for Adrian Smith as Kentucky takes a 5-point lead. Smith's bonus shot's good, and Kentucky leads 32-26. So the Volunteers swing back to the attack. Ray Mills comes off the Kentucky bench to be the 2nd substitute of the game. Bingham in front court to Thompson of Tennessee. Deep, breaks to the right, gets his screen. Shot, no good. Rolls off, tapped by Keller, no good. Taken by Ammerman of Tennessee, who walks with it, and it's out of bounds to Kentucky. Adrian Smith passes to Calvert and takes a return bounce pass. Listens to something off the bench and moves in front court, gives to Calvert. Down the left side to Krigler, back to Calvert. Smith gets through, then the pass to Cox. Cox moves to the right, gives to Beck, and a 20-foot one-hander. In there and out. Krigler taps it in. John Krigler with his 5th field goal is the leading scorer for the Cats as they lead 34-26. Back in front court, Bingham of Tennessee moves to the right and hesitates. Pulls up at the free throw line, gives to Keller. Back out to Bingham, who sets, and a 30-footer over Calvert is no good. Calvert grazed it. Krigler feeds on the bounce rebound to Beck to Calvert, moving in front court to the right. He's got Bingham on him, one-on-one. Gives to Krigler, moving in, and Termollion pulled up on his back. Krigler is called for the foul himself. Krigler is called for charging, and that's 4 of them on the Kentucky forward who's coming out. John Krigler leaves the game to make way for Ray Mills, the second substitute. 23-year-old senior from Manchester who came out of Clay County High School. Mills, 6'4", weighs 199, has 56 points for a 5.6 average. His best nights were against Duke and Loyola when he got 11. Termollion of Tennessee hits. In this, his first appearance at the free throw line, and he draws the bonus shot. Termollion's bonus shot is good. Tennessee picks up a pair of points and cuts the Kentucky lead down to 6, 34-28. Calvert in front court, moves to the left, cuts to the free throw line, jump shot in and out, back taps twice, 3 times in. Ed Beck battling the boards to get his 4th field goal and put Kentucky on top 36-28. Thompson of Tennessee moves back in, fakes right, comes left, goes by. Beck blocks his shot to the outside. Cox picks it up and throws right into the hands of Termollion of Tennessee, and Adrian Smith scoops it up from him. Up in front court to Beck. Down the right side to Mills, back outside to Adrian Smith, over to Calvert. Calvert setting it up now, passes left side to Cox, fakes on Ammerman, goes to the baseline, and a hook, no good. Taken off by Termollion. Fed out quickly to Bingham, 2-on-2 for Tennessee. Bingham, 15-footer, no good. Off the left, Cox of Kentucky gets the rebound, hands to Calvert. Calvert in front court, loops one to Mills, down the right side, wide open, he got it. Ray Mills breaks quickly for his first field goal on a semi-sleeper play, and a timeout, Tennessee. Third one of the ball game, all but the Volunteers. 5 minutes here in the first half of play. And the score is Kentucky 38, Tennessee 28. It's the longest lead of the game for either team. Well, Kentucky has played 7 men. Every one of them has scored at least 2 points. Ray Mills and Adrian Smith, the 2 reserves. As a matter of fact, every reserve, with the exception of Adrian Smith, has picked up a field goal. But he has his 2 points on the free throw line. Kentucky's being led in scoring by John Krigler with 11 points, 5 field goals and a free throw, but he's out of there right now with 4 personal fouls. He's committed 4 of Kentucky's 9 personals. Tennessee's committed 7, but they've got them divided over 4 men. Krigler with 4 is the only man in real trouble for either team. The warning horn sounds, and as we go back to play, Tennessee has possession under the Kentucky basket. Wildcats into a 10-point advantage, 38-28. Tennessee swings back as Captain Herm Thompson moves up in front court as we move into the last 5 minutes of play. Off the top of the circle, Thompson shoots and hits. Thompson gets his 3rd field goal of the game, and Tennessee has it within 8 points, 38-30. Calvert in front court passes to Adrian Smith. Down the left to Cox, back to Smith. Calvert goes through, pass to Mills for a 25-foot jumper that's no good. Termollion of Tennessee has it taken away by Mills. Out to Calvert, moves to the free throw line, pivots, looks for somebody open, and underhands a close quarter pass to Adrian Smith. Back out to Calvert and the pivot to Beck. Drops the ball, moves out, picks it up, gives to Smith. A head fake down the right side to Johnny Cox. Out front to Calvert. Calvert moves to the left, top of the circle, pulls up, gives to Adrian Smith. Back to Calvert. Moves in to set it up. Down the left to Mills. Moves to the corner. Back out to Calvert. 20-foot jump shot good. Gary Calvert with his 2nd field goal. Puts Kentucky on top again by 10 points. 40-30 with 4 minutes here in the first half. Second 10-point Kentucky lead as Herm Thompson of Tennessee breaks in. Cut off by Smith. Gives over to Bingham, who breaks to the left side, and a foul is called. It's against Kentucky. Adrian Smith has been called for pushing. It's his first foul of the game. On the Tennessee free throw line, Don Bingham, who's up there for the first time in this ball game, by the way. He's got 1 shot coming. Bingham sights and hits. Tennessee getting ready to bring in their first substitute of the game, Bob Risser, R-I-S-S-E-R. So now here's Bingham's free throw. Short. It's in play. Adrian Smith of Kentucky's got it. Bounces her in the 3-second zone. Moves up into front court. Passes on the right side to Cox. Bounce pass to Beck moving into the pivot, and a hook shot. It's good. Ed Beck slaps in field goal number 5. And it's 42-31 as Kentucky takes an 11-point lead for the first time in the game. Thompson into front court for a jump shot from 20 feet that's no good. Beautiful rebound by Cox, who's knocked to the floor with it. And a jump against Termollion of Tennessee. And into the volunteer lineup, Bob Risser, 19-year-old sophomore from Nashville, replacing Bingham. Risser, 6'1", weighs 175, has 12 points this season for a 1.1 average per game. Here's a tap by Cox to Adrian Smith. Up in front court to Calvert, breaking in against Thompson. pulls up and turns to shoot. Good. Calvert seemed to wait for his rebounding strength to get there and then banked it in for a 13-point Kentucky lead at 44-31. Thompson of Tennessee in front court. Passes over to Risser, one bounce dribble, and back to Thompson. Moving to the left and staying deep with Adrian Smith on him, playing him loosely that far out. Back over to Risser, looks for the pivot to Tarmolin. Keller comes in there, and to Thompson, jump shot no good, to the left. Keller rebounds for Tennessee. Out into Risser in the left corner. He walks with it, and it's out of bounds to Kentucky. Risser lining it up, took an extra step. Smith hooks it into Calvert and moves back in front court as we move into the last 3 minutes. Calvert flips on the left side to Mills, back to Adrian Smith. 30-footer, no, in and out. Fight for the ball coming off. Cox knocks it out, and it's taken by Risser of Tennessee. Risser moves back in front court for the Vols. Gives over to Herm Thompson, breaks to the right against Calvert, who turns him out to the side, and he makes a turn and comes back out deep with it. Tennessee overloading it slightly to the right now. Pass goes down to Tarmolin on the right side. He falls away for a shot that's in and out. Kentucky had all the rebounding strength, and the man outside, Adrian Smith, got the rebound. Over to Ray Mills, pulls up for a 10-foot jump shot that's no good. Tarmolin of Tennessee rebounds. Hands it to Herm Thompson. 2 minutes, 15 seconds here in the first half. Risser in front court for Tennessee gives to Thompson. 25-foot jump shot's no good to the left. Johnny Cox rebounds, gives to Calvert. Up in front court to Ray Mills. Moving to the left. Down the middle. He shoots, and a foul against Thompson of Tennessee. Mills hits the floor and may be hurt. 2 minutes to go in this first half. Kentucky 44, Tennessee 31. Tarmolin comes out of the Tennessee lineup. Ray Mills being attended by trainer Rusty Payne of Kentucky. Into the volunteer lineup for the first time, Bob Gipe. G-I-P-E, 21-year-old senior from Kingsport, Tennessee. Gipe is 6'5", weighs 188, has 51 points this season for a 5.1 average. Ray Mills of Kentucky on the line for 2 shots. Here's the first try. Good. So Kentucky takes a 14-point advantage at 45-31. Just a little over 2 minutes to go here in the first half at Knoxville. Mills ready to go with a second shot. It's in there and out, taken off by Keller of Tennessee. He whips her up to Ammerman, who moves in front court. Looping bounce pass to Gipe to the left of the basket. He turns and shoots over back, no good. Ray Mills rebounds as it missed the basket. Over to Adrian Smith, who moves in front court to the free throw line, then breaks, goes, hooks, and misses. Calvert rebounds and stuffs it up, no good, too high. Knocks it away from Keller. Cox picks it up, and Risser takes it away from him. Passed up to Ammerman, 2-on-2. He moves in against Ed back to the right. Hooks a bounce pass out to Thompson. Moves in against Adrian Smith. Can't shoot out to Risser. Breaks to the right, gives to Keller. He moves in on Beck, then turns, passes out to Risser to Thompson. Thompson breaks left, pulled up by Adrian Smith, who knocked the ball back. Thompson picked it up in the air, gives to Risser. Risser back over to Thompson with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Here's Ammerman with a fall-away shot that's no good. Beck knocks it down and takes it for Kentucky. Up to Calvert. Cats on the run. Down the middle. Passes left to Mills for a 10-footer that's no good. Calvert's in there rebounding. Ammerman of Tennessee gets this one away, though. Moves up on the right side. Passes Thompson, free throw line, jump shot, good. 4 field goals for Herm Thompson. Kentucky 45, Tennessee 33 as we move into the last minute of the first half. Ray Mills to Adrian Smith to Calvert in front court. Cats set it up now. Calvert bent over, taking deep breaths as Thompson lets him handle the ball. Calvert goes into a dribble now. Looks to the bench to see if Coach Adolph Rupp might want to take just one shot, and Tennessee's willing to give it to them as the front line is playing very weak defensively. We have 30 seconds to go. 45-33. Kentucky on top by 12 points, and they apparently are going to freeze it for just one shot. 25 seconds to go as Calvert stands some 15 feet away from the Tennessee captain, Herm Thompson. Just tom-tomming the ball as he looks to his right, directly above our head at the clock, which indicates 15 seconds to go. Now he passes left to Cox, back to Adrian Smith, out to Beck, down the right to Calvert, and he takes the shot. No good. Ammerman of Tennessee gets it. 5 seconds to go, and Adrian Smith intercepts the pass for Kentucky. Gets up and can't get a shot away. First half ends. Kentucky leading by 12 points. Kentucky 45, Tennessee 33. Well, last year here at Knoxville, Kentucky had it 45-38. Tonight, it's 45-33 at halftime. Here's the individual scoring. Kentucky has been led in scoring by John Krigler with 11 points, 5 field goals, and a free throw. Right behind him is Johnny Cox with 9 points, 3 field goals, and 3 out of 4 on the free throw line. Jerry Calvert has picked up 8 points on 3 field goals and 2 out of 3 free throws. The other scoring for Kentucky has seen Ed Beck pick up 10 points on 5 field goals. Beck has not had a trip to the free throw line. Ray Mills in the reserve rolled 3 points, a field goal and 1 out of 2 free throws. And Earl Atkins, 2 points on a field goal. Atkins started the game and missed his only free throw try. And 2 points for Adrian Smith, a reserve guard, who hit a pair of free throws. So Coach Adolph Rupp has played 7 men here in the first half, and all 7 of them have scored. Here's the Tennessee picture. Herm Thompson, the captain, has picked up 13 points. He, incidentally, is the leading scorer of the ball game. On the free throw line, he's hit 5 out of 9, and 4 field goals for 13 points. Leon Ammerman of Tennessee has picked up 9 points, 5 out of 7 free throws, and 2 field goals. 6 points for Gene Termollion of Tennessee, 2 field goals, 2 free throws, and 5 points for Don Bingham on 2 field goals and a free throw. Dick Keller in the Tennessee lineup all the way until the closing seconds of play did not score. Bob Geip, a reserve late in the ball game, did not break into the scoring column. So that is the first half picture, with Kentucky leading 45-33 here at Knoxville. Kentucky 45, Tennessee 33, and the Wildcats ended up with a lead of 12 points. Their longest lead was 14 just before the half, 45-31, and Tennessee got the last point of the first half. So that's the picture, and before we get some of our guests in, we'd like to see hitting at 286 from the field. A hold up in the game. The officials have not come out for the start of the second half. So the 2 clubs lined up and ready to go now break up and head back toward their benches. Emmett Lowry looks up the way and grins as he shrugs toward the Kentucky bench, looking into Coach Adolph Rupp and his assistant Harry Lancaster, who move up to talk again with the Wildcats. 3 of the Volunteers, Thompson, Termollion, and Bingham, remain out around the jump circle. It's Ammerman and Keller. They've come over to get some words from the Tennessee coach, Emmett Lowry. Not only an All-American basketball player, but an outstanding football player at Purdue back in the early 30s. And another fine Purdue athlete, Johnny Sines, his assistant here at Tennessee. A crowd of 32,000 on hand for the ball game tonight. The officials move out. That's why you hear the hand. Now both ball clubs move back out to the center of the floor and stand by for the second half. Kentucky 45, Tennessee 33. Ed Beck and Termollion, both standing 6-7, move in against each other to start the second half. Here's the toss, a tip by Beck, knocked away by Calvert, slapped by Beck into backcourt to Adrian Smith, and Kentucky has it. Up to Calvert to Ray Mills on the right side. Breaks by Ammerman and misses it, and Ammerman of Tennessee's got it. Moves out of there, breaking quickly into front court against Ed Beck, flips behind his back to Thompson, the shot, no good. Ed Beck rebounds, and he's tied up by Dick Keller of Tennessee. Ed Beck at 6'7" will have 3 inches advantage on the Tennessee free throw line. No scoring in the second half. Tap is over deep to Calvert, who slaps it in front court to Adrian Smith. All the way, he got it. Stretching out wide. Adrian Smith picks up his first field goal, and for the second time in the game, Kentucky has a 14-point lead, 47-33. Herm Thompson of Tennessee in front court pumps one to Termollion and a hook short, knocking to the out of bounds Johnny Cox, and it's picked up by Bingham of Tennessee deep on the left side. He moves out against Adrian Smith, spins, goes, and walks with it, and it's out of bounds to Kentucky. Smith looks for his fast break possibilities. Doesn't have one, flips into Calvert, and moves in front court. Fakes one to Smith and gives on the left side to Mills, back to Smith. Breaks right, 10-foot jump shot. It's in there. Adrian Smith, popping 2 quick field goals for the Cats, has elevated them into their longest lead of the game, 49-33. Herm Thompson of Tennessee moving back in against Smith now, to the right slowly. Coxey arm feeds Ammerman on a double pivot. By Ray Mills, he hooks it up. It's good. Rolled all the way around twice and came out. And a foul on Ray Mills of Kentucky. The goal is good. For Ray Mills, personal foul number 1. And for Leon Ammerman, it is his 3rd field goal and puts him in double figures with his 11th point. 1 free throw coming, hit or miss, that's all he's getting. He fires it, good, for a 3-point Tennessee trip. Kentucky leading 49-36. Up in front court, Cox to Smith to Calvert. Calvert Gives over to Adrian Smith, who breaks right, flips off to Ray Mills, has the ball knocked down, fights to hold on, and pushes. Another foul on Kentucky's Ray Mills. 2 straight. And back to the Tennessee free throw line, Ammerman. Ammerman has hit 6 out of 8 free throws tonight. We've played 1 minute and 20 seconds of the second half. Ammerman shoots, it's good. And so each team has scored 4 points in the second half. Kentucky leads by 12. Ammerman back at the Tennessee line for a bonus shot that's good. And now Tennessee has outscored Kentucky after the Cats got the first 4 points. Tennessee's come back with 5, all by Ammerman. Calvert out deep, fakes to the right side. Ammerman was going to come through to cut off the pass. He gives to Beck, who gives to Smith, breaking down the middle, and Smith is fouled. Tarmolian of Tennessee drawing his 3rd one. And off the Tennessee bench, Bob Risser. Kentucky leads 49-38. Bingham coming out of the Tennessee lineup as Risser will go to a guard. Adrian Smith, who has all 4 of Kentucky's points in the second half, is on the line for 1 shot. Smith sets, shoots, good. Each team has scored 5 points in the second half now as Kentucky again leads by 12. Bonus shot, no good by Smith. Tarmolin of Tennessee has it knocked out of bounds by Ray Mills off his hand to Kentucky. So it's 50-38. 1 minute, 40 seconds roll by as Ed Beck over the baseline to the right of the backboard. Calls the Kentucky play. Passes into Cox, who hooks it up. No good off the rim of the basket. Keller of Tennessee rebounds. Gives it quickly to Ammerman, moving in against Mills. 10-foot jump shot. It's good. Ammerman of Tennessee has just come up with 7 points in this half. Off the left side to Cox of Kentucky. Breaks against Keller. Turns, passes out to Smith, to Calvert. In the pivot to Beck, and a hook. It's off there. No good. Knockdown taken by Cox of Kentucky. Outside to Adrian Smith. Over to Beck, back to Smith. Moves into the free throw line, and a jump shot that's short, no good, and a pushing foul against Tennessee's Bob Risser. His first one of the game. 50-40 the score after 2 minutes, 15 seconds of the second half. Ed Beck making his first appearance of the game at the Kentucky free throw line. Beck is shooting 1. He was fouled away from the ball. He shoots and hits. Beck has 11 points to equal the 11 by John Krigler. A bonus shot coming to Beck. A chance to become Kentucky's leading scorer. He got it. So as Beck hits 2 free throws, Kentucky has back the halftime margin of 12 points. 52-40 as each team has scored 7 points. Thompson in Tennessee's front court. Moves to the right side, staying deep. Over to Risser, down the left to Keller. Keller back out to Risser, over to Thompson. The right side is cleared. He drives in and is tripped by Adrian Smith of Kentucky. Second foul against Smith. 2.5 minutes have rolled off the clock as Tennessee's captain Herm Thompson goes to the free throw line. He's hit 5 out of 9. He's shooting 1. Thompson, a right-hander, shoots and hits. Cuts the Kentucky lead back to 11 points. Thompson on the Tennessee line now for a bonus shot. Cox that left foot back and shoots. Good. The 2 free throws by Herm Thompson makes it a 52-42 ball game. Calvert gets the pass, gives it right back to Adrian Smith, moving up in front court. Down the right side to Mills, out to Calvert, breaking down the right side, cuts back, jump shot 10 feet, rolls off. Beck taps no good. Tapped in by Ray Mills. Ray Mills with his second field goal gives Kentucky a 12-point lead, 54-42. Here's a break by Thompson. It's knocked down by Adrian Smith, picked up by Beck, goes it through the hands of Cox and out of bounds. Bounced right off Cox's fingertips up into the crowd. Tennessee takes over. Herm Thompson moves back across the dividing line. Easing down to the right, pulls up, gives back to Risser for a 30-foot one-hander. No good. Off the left, it's hooked in by Tarmolian to Keller, wide open. He missed it from 15 feet. Knocked down Beck, slaps it back too late. It's out of bounds to Tennessee. Kentucky leading by 12 points, 54-42. Risser of Tennessee lines him up to call his play. Gives this aid to Thompson in the left corner. He can't shoot. Pulled up at the baseline, hooks one quickly out to Risser on an underhand ripping pass. Here it goes to Ammerman, spins away from Mills, and is fouled by Johnny Cox of Kentucky. Cox spun in to hit for the ball and hit Ammerman. It's the second foul on Cox. 2 shots coming to Ammerman. Ammerman has been the backbone of Tennessee's offense with 7 points here in the second half. 16 for the game he's picked up. Shooting good on the first one. Kentucky's lead is back to 11 points. 54-43 as Ammerman goes in for the second shot. It's good. So it is 54-44. Back in front court, Calvert of Kentucky over to Adrian Smith. Down the left to Cox, and here's the jump shot. Good. Johnny Cox with his 4th field goal. Gives Kentucky another 12-point lead. Calvert in backcourt on Thompson, picking up, then backs away as Thompson gets the pass from Risser. Back to Risser, moving in front court for Tennessee. We've played 4 minutes of the second half. Thompson deep with Adrian Smith on him. Gives into Ammerman. Here's a hook over Mills. It's good. Ammerman going to work for Tennessee. 11 points already in this half. And Tennessee is pulled back to within 10. Calvert in front court for Kentucky as Krigler gets ready to check in. Pass in the pivot to Beck. Mows out. 15-foot hook from the free throw line is good. Ed Beck with his 6th field goal, and Kentucky stays in front by 12 points, 58-46. 15 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the ball game. Risser of Tennessee to Thompson. Thompson deep, fakes right, comes left, gets by, and Calvert takes the ball away from him. He's got a 2-1 breakover with Adrian Smith against Risser. Calvert all the way shoots, foul by Risser of Tennessee. Second foul on Tennessee's Bob Risser, and John Krigler replaces Ray Mill at forward for Kentucky. Krigler has 4 personals. Calvert on the Kentucky free throw line has hit 2 out of 3, and Calvert this trip is shooting 2. Calvert up now for his first free throw. He hasn't scored in this half. Shoots and misses. Calvert back on the line for his second one. Up from between the knees, he shoots and misses again. Tarmolian of Tennessee hands it to Risser on the rebound. Up the way to Herm Thompson. Kentucky with a 12-point lead. Thompson against Adrian Smith, who's not retreating this time. Backs away from him to set up the play. Gives over to Risser. Bounce pass to Ammerman on the pivot. Turns and shoots. Good. Ammerman continues the assault with his 4th field goal and 5 free throws. Here's Krigler in front court for Kentucky. Gives over to Adrian Smith with a jump shot. Good, but they call him for steps. No good. Ball goes over to Tennessee. 5 minutes gone in this half, and Kentucky's lead is cut down to 10 points. Thompson on the left side to Keller of Tennessee. Mozart gives over to Risser, who slips and holds on to it. Over to Thompson, deep into the left. Most to the right, gives to Risser. Risser down the left side to Keller. Gives it into Ammerman now. He spins out, fakes Krigler, can't get the shot. Over to Risser, he's open. No good. And Calvert rebounds from 10 feet away. Up to Adrian Smith, breaks in and shoots no good. Calvert lays it up, good on the rebound. 4 field goals for Jerry Calvert. Kentucky leads 60-48, again getting the 12-point halftime advantage as the teams, after 5.5 minutes, bang away on even terms. Thompson of Tennessee misses from the outside, and a pushing foul goes against Tarmolian of Tennessee, his 4th one. So now each team has a man on the floor with 4 personals. Tarmolian of Tennessee, Krigler of Kentucky. 5 minutes, 40 seconds have been played here in the second half, as Kentucky's Ed Beck goes to the free throw line for 1 try. Beck has 14 points, within 2 of equaling his best previous night of the season. Beck's free throw, good. Beck with a bonus shot can pick up his 16th point of the game and equal his previous high of the season. Moves in with the right foot up. Right-handed shot is short of the rim. Keller of Tennessee rebounds. Hooks it over to Herm Thompson up the way to Ammerman, breaking in against Krigler. Hooks a high pass up into the crowd, over the head of Risser. Kentucky 61, Tennessee 48. Adrian Smith in front court for the Wildcats. Passes to Calvert. Moves to the right, cuts to the left, hands to Krigler. Moves out, gives to Smith. He sets, looks it back, a 1-bounce dribble, and over to Calvert. Out to Beck. Moves to the right, gives to Cox. Cox moves to the right, gets a screen, slips and falls, and out of bounds to Tennessee. Volunteers taking over now as Herm Thompson gets the pass and gives right back to Risser, who moves up in front court for the Vols after 6 minutes of the second half. Back over to Thompson, moves to the top of the circle. High pass goes to Ammerman. Krigler slaps it away and fouls. That's all of it. Krigler fouls out of the ball game with 14 minutes and 40 seconds to play. 14 minutes and 40 seconds, and Krigler fouls out with 11 points, all in the first half. 5 field goals and a free throw. And timeout is taken by Kentucky. It is the first Kentucky timeout of the ball game. Ray Mills is coming in to replace him. And so Kentucky has the problem now of trying to stop the Tennessee chain gang here of Leon Ammerman, who has really gone to town in the second half with 4 field goals and 5 free throws. 13 points for Ammerman, who had only 9 points in the entire first half of play. Well, let's pause now 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Standard Oil Sports Network.
WVLK, Lexington, Kentucky, 3 minutes past 8 o'clock.
back to the Alumni Gym in Knoxville, Tennessee, where with 14 minutes and 40 seconds to play, Kentucky is leading Tennessee by 13 points, just one better than the halftime margin of 12, 61-48. John Krigler fouling out of the Kentucky lineup. And on the line is Leon Ammerman of Tennessee. Ammerman has one free throw coming. He hasn't missed in this half. He shoots. Good. And a bonus shot. At 6 free throws for Ammerman in this half. 11 for the ball game. Ammerman shoots. Good on the bonus shot. And Kentucky's lead now is back to 11 points, 61-50. Adrian Smith in front court, gives over to Calvert. Calvert moves to the right, feeds to Ray Mills, gets away from Ammerman, 10-foot jump shot, hits off the rim, no good. Cox gets the rebound, comes back, he's double-teamed, can't shoot, bounces out to Calvert in the left corner. Calvert looks to the basket, then gives to Cox, out to Adrian Smith, in the pivot to Beck, back to Calvert, top of the circle, he jugs a jump shot that's good. Jerry Calvert with his 5th field goal keeps Kentucky on top by 13 points, 63-50, as both teams bang away on even terms here in the second half. Let's see which one will slacken off the pace first now. Here's Thompson of Tennessee moving to the right, takes a quick jump shot that's good. First field goal for Thompson in this half, and Tennessee moves back to within 11 points. Down the right is Ray Mills, passes out to Calvert. Calvert sights at the basket, looks at Cox who's playing under it, then gives to Smith. Now to Mills, back to Smith to Calvert. Gives in the pivot to Beck. Here's a 15-foot hook that's short. Off the rim. Rebounding Tennessee. Ammerman picks it up, and they got a 4-on-2 break against Calvert and Smith. Off the left, here's the shot taken, and a blocking foul by Adrian Smith of Kentucky. 3rd foul on Smith. Incidentally, in the Tennessee lineup now is Don Reeverts, Reeverts, 19-year-old sophomore from here in Knoxville, who's 6'4", weighs 197. Has 11 points, 2.8 average this season. He's got a free throw coming. Reeverts shoots and misses. Fight for the ball. It's Beck tapping it to Calvert. Up the way to Adrian Smith. Tennessee's got the defense set for them. Calvert outside with it. Moves back to set it up now as Beck goes to the pivot. Kentucky leads 63-54. They've had their lead cut now to 9 points. Here's a pass to Smith out to Calvert. Calvert with a 30-foot set. Hits. His 6th field goal of the ball game. Kentucky 65, Tennessee 54. Herm Thompson of Tennessee back in front court. Moves to the right side. Mills switches off, and he jumps. One good. Thompson gets his 6th field goal. Here's a driving shot by Jerry Calvert of Kentucky as he moves down the right side, changes his pace, and goes. Calvert banging away to give Kentucky an 11-point lead, 67-56. Herm Thompson in Tennessee's front court, 12 minutes to go. Breaks to the left, flips it off to Risser, breaks down against Mills, pumps her back to Ammerman, wide open, he lays it in. 7 field goals for Ammerman, and Tennessee moves back to within 9 points. 67-58. Calvert in front court, fades back, spins right, a left-handed hook, no good. Pushing foul against Tennessee's Don Reeverts. His first foul of the game. Ed Beck on the free throw line. Has 2 tries coming. Here's Beck's first shot, no good. Beck hit his first 3 in a row, and now he's missed 2 in a row. Trying to pick up his 16th point of the game. Second shot's good. So Beck is equal to 16 points he scored against BPI. And Kentucky leads 68-58, rather. 10-point advantage. They've been outscored by 2 in this half. Here's Thompson of Tennessee to Risser. 30-foot one-hander, no good to the right. Ed Beck rebounds, whips it out to Calvert. Calvert steams up in front court, 3-3. Pulls up free throw line, gives one to Ray Mills. He hooks and gets it. Beautiful play by Calvert, who caught Mills under the basket, and he came out with a hook shot for his 3rd field goal. 70-58. And the teams have battled on even terms now here in the second half. 25 points apiece. Keller on the left side for Tennessee breaks out. Passes over to Don Reeverts, who breaks in against Beck and walks with it. Out of bounds to Kentucky. We got 11 minutes to go. As Calvert under the Tennessee basket passes one in to Adrian Smith. They say something as it goes back to Calvert, back to Smith, and he moves in front court. Down the right to Mills, who fakes Ammerman, pulls in, hooks to Beck. Out to Calvert, through his hands, he moves back and gets it. Calvert moves back in to set it up now with a 12-point lead, exactly what they came off the floor at halftime. Here's Mills, 30-foot jump shot, bounces it on the rim, and Beck knocks it out of bounds to Tennessee. Risser quickly into Herm Thompson. The ball's on the run down the right to Rieverts, who mows in. Mills cuts him off. He rolls one under there to Ammerman, who's got Beck on him, and a high hook is no good. Rebounding Johnny Cox of Kentucky. Flips her up to Jerry Calvert. Kentucky easing in, giving over to Cox, who breaks, and is no good. Taken off by Cox, comes out, lays it up, no good. Tapped by Mills, no good. Fight for the balls. Mills got it, knocked away out of bounds by Tennessee's Bob Risser. Kentucky gets it under their own basket. 10 minutes in the ball game. Kentucky 70, Tennessee 58. Ed Beck out of bounds over the baseline to the left of the basket. Calls his play, passes to Adrian Smith on the left side. Breaks out, goes in and shoots. It's good, but they nullify it. Foul on Risser of Tennessee, his third. And into the Tennessee lineup for the first time, Ken Coulter, replacing Risser. Coulter. Coulter, 19-year-old sophomore from Maryville. Coulter, 6'2", weighs 160. Scored 4 points this season, average of 1.3 a game. 9 minutes and 50 seconds to play as Kentucky's Adrian Smith goes to the free throw line for one shot. Smith has hit 3 out of 4. Smith came in to replace Earl Atkins tonight, who committed 3 fouls early, shoots and hits on the free throw line. Smith is having his best night of the season as Gene Termollion, with 4 personals, comes into the Tennessee lineup, replacing Don Rieverts. Adrian Smith on the Kentucky free throw line with a bonus shot coming. Fires it short. Beck taps. Mills rebounds and lays it up. Beck taps no good. Outside Smith gets it. 20-footer good. Adrian Smith with his third field goal of the game. Puts Kentucky on top 73-58. Thompson of Tennessee in front court as they trail now by 15 points. Most to the left side. Comes out to the free throw line. Cox picks him up. He hooks one over and into Ammerman. Fouled from the rear by Ray Mills of Kentucky. Wildcats unable to stop Ammerman here tonight, as Mills commits his third one against him. Ammerman has not missed on that free throw line tonight. He's up for one. Ammerman shoots and hits. Nope, rolls out on him. Beck taps out. Cox slaps it behind the back of Smith, who saves right to Tennessee's Termollion. Hands to Ammerman. Shoots it up, and it's good. Ammerman gets his 8th field goal of the game. 4 of them in this half. 6 of them in this half, and it's 73-60. Kentucky with a 13-point lead. Smith in front court walks with it, and it's out of bounds to Tennessee. 2 quick Kentucky mistakes has cost them 2 points now and possession. Thompson of Tennessee moves back in front court. Breaks to the right side, gets his screen, and the shot's no good, but tapped up by Termollion, no good. Rebounds and gives out, and moving in, jump shot by Coulter, no good. High for the rebound, Termollion slams it up, no good. Tapped outside, Adrian Smith got it for Kentucky and holds on. 9 minutes to go. High pass to Cox on the left side. Breaks under the basket and lays it up. No good. He's knocked to the floor. And a foul on the play. Tennessee's Dick Keller for his third personal. The clock shows 8 minutes, 50 seconds to play. 2 shots to Johnny Cox as the Cats lead by 13. On the free throw line, Cox has hit 3 out of 4. Cox is shooting the first one good. And the Cats have a 14-point lead. Kentucky has outscored Tennessee by just 2 points in the second half. Cox up for the second shot. It's short. Mills taps and a whistle from under the basket. A foul against Tennessee's Dick Keller again. Or let's say it's Termollion that's drawing the personal, and that's all of it. Gene Termollion committing his last personal of the game, fouls out with 8 minutes and 48 seconds to play. He fouls out with 6 points, 2 field goals, 2 free throws. And Bob Geip is coming in to replace him. Tennessee loses 2 inches of height. Now the official saying something to somebody up in the crowd, as apparently behind the Tennessee backboard, a glass backboard, somebody is doing something to disturb Kentucky shooting free throws. So now one of the officials moves down to the Tennessee coach, Emmett Lowry, and says something to him about it. So let's see what's being done. Oh, one of the officials yells up to us now. Somebody in the Tennessee stands is flashing a mirror in the eyes of the Kentucky free throw shooter. Now, the official who was talking with Lowry moves up and explains it to the Kentucky team, whatever it is that's been decided. Somebody in the crowd has been shining a mirror in the players' eyes, Kentucky players, as they go to shoot. Ray Mills is at the free throw line right now. Mills is up for one try, and it is no good. Cox taps, no good, and it's out of bounds to Kentucky. Clock on the move. Kentucky leads 74-60. Beck trying to yell his play. Out of bounds with it over the baseline to the right of the basket. Gives to Calvert. Set shot is way short. Fight for the ball. Herm Thompson's got it for Tennessee. Calvert stabs for it and misses. Then the pass is up to Coulter. Back to Thompson moving in front court. He breaks on Calvert, and a foul is called. It's against Calvert of Kentucky. It's his second one of the ball game. Herm Thompson of Tennessee is on the free throw line. One shot coming. Thompson has not missed in the second half, as Tennessee's missed just 2 free throws in the second half. Thompson has not missed one. This one's no good. Beck taps behind him to Adrian Smith. Up the way to Calvert, moving in front court. Pulls up, gives to Smith. He's open. Free throw line shot. Good. Adrian Smith rips the ropes with his 4th field goal in this reserve role, and the Cats lead 76-60. Their longest lead of the second half. Herm Thompson of Tennessee moves back in as we've got 8 minutes to play. Gives to Geip in the pivot. Spins right. Fall away jump shot over Beck. No good. Johnny Cox rebounds. Flips it up to Calvert, who looks for the fast break possibility. It doesn't unfold. And he moves into front court. Gives to Adrian Smith. 25-foot set off the rim. Rebounding. Johnny Cox on a blind save. Too late. Had his foot on the baseline, and Tennessee gets it. Coulter to Thompson. Almost back in front court against Adrian Smith to the top of the circle. Jump shot. Good. Herm Thompson of Tennessee with his 7th field goal makes it 76-62. 7.5 minutes to go. Adrian Smith of Kentucky down the right side to Mills, back to Smith, hands to Calvert, who gives it to Beck in the pivot. Beck double team, gives to Mills on the right side. Jump shot. It's no good. Calvert has it knocked away by Thompson, and it goes to Tennessee as Calvert's hand touched it last. Coulter gets it coming in from Thompson. Back to Thompson, moving in front court for Tennessee as they trail by 14 points. They've been outscored by only 2 points in the second half. Back to Coulter. Here's a foul against Ammerman of Tennessee. Competing with Mills for offensive pivot position. For Ammerman, it is his 2nd foul of the game. Stops the clock with 7 minutes, 10 seconds to go, and sends Kentucky's Ray Mills to the free throw line. Mills has hit 1 and missed 2. Mills on the line. Taking plenty of time with his free throw. He has 1 coming. No good. Beck taps it up. No good. Rebounding. Cox jumps. Can't get it. Outside, Thompson of Tennessee has got it. High, leading pass up to Ammerman, who fakes Smith, breaks, hooks it in. 9 field goals for Ammerman, and Kentucky's lead is back to only 12 points, as it was at halftime. Calvert in front court. Timeout has been called. There is a Tennessee injury on the play as the reason the time was called with Kentucky in possession, and it is Ammerman that has hurt his left ankle. He's down on the floor and being attended to right now. Well, how badly Ammerman is hurt, we have only to wait to see. He has 7 field goals in this half, 9 for the ball game. Kentucky has just been able to barely hold him. They've not been able to contain him to any great degree. Ammerman so far has 21 points in this half of play. Mickey O'Brien, the Tennessee trainer, quickly moved out and over him. Ammerman, as he moves back toward the Tennessee huddle, seems to be moving all right under his own power. 6 minutes, 45 seconds to play. Kentucky leading Tennessee 76-64. The 12-point lead they built up in the first half. Ammerman apparently remaining in the Tennessee lineup. Kentucky's lineup will remain the same. The timeout was an official's time as the injury to Ammerman. Kentucky has the ball at the dividing line with Adrian Smith out of bounds, passing into Jerry Calvert, and we're right back to play. Down the right side to Mills, who moves out, gives to Adrian Smith, moving to the right, goes to the baseline, double teamed, and a foul against Tennessee. Let's see who drew the personal. It's Herm Thompson, the captain, drawing his first one of the ball game. Stops the clock with 6 minutes, 35 seconds to go. And Kentucky's Adrian Smith's on the line. He's hit 4 out of 6. He's got 1 coming, and it's no good. Tap back to him by Beck. He moves in, passes to Calvert. Left side, jump shot, good. And Calvert hits with his 8th field goal of the game. Kentucky leads 78-64 as we're in the last 6.5 minutes here at Knoxville. Thompson of Tennessee in front court. Works to the right. Mills picks him up on a switch. He goes under the basket, double team. The ball taken away by Beck, but he had his foot on the baseline, and Tennessee gets it back. Cats leading by 14 points. They have a 2-point better lead than at halftime. Thompson of Tennessee out of bounds to call his play. Looks for a man open. Rolls one into Coulter, who takes a jump shot, no good. Rebounding Calvert of Kentucky. Stopped quickly by Coulter, who stabbed for the ball. He gives over to Adrian Smith, who moves in front court. Back to Calvert, who moves to the left. Takes a screen off Beck, and a jump shot, good, as Calvert's knocked to the floor by Coulter. Calvert gets his 9th field goal to match the 9 by Ammerman, and it is 80-64, with the Cats leading again by 16 points. Thompson on the left side for Tennessee against Adrian Smith, breaks out and shoots short, gets his own rebound, pumps it up, no good again. Beck rebounds, fights his way out of there to hold with it. Ammerman stabbing for it and fouling. It's 3 fouls on Leon Ammerman of Tennessee. Now we got 5.5 minutes to go, and it's Beck on the Kentucky free throw line. If Beck should hit this free throw, it will be the most points that he's scored in any game this season. His best high was 16 against BPI in the Sugar Bowl. He shoots and he hits. So Beck has 17 points, his high for the season. And with Beck's 17 points, the Cats lead 81-64. Beck with a bonus shot misses, and Thompson of Tennessee rebounds on the hop. Moves up past the dividing stripe with it. Goes in against Adrian Smith, flips off to Coulter. Fakes left, comes right, and backs away, giving to Thompson. Thompson holds it up over his head, moves cautiously to the left, staying deep. Geip moves out. Pass goes down the right side to Ammerman, who moves in against Mills, turns to face him, and a fall-away shot to the right, no good. But a foul on Ray Mills of Kentucky is his 4th one. John Krigler fouled out, trying to stop Ammerman. He's got 21 points in this half of play. He's got 30 for the ball game. 5 minutes and 10 seconds here at Knoxville. The shot, good by Ammerman. And into the Tennessee lineup, Don Bingham. Coming out, Kenny Coulter. Ammerman back on the line with a bonus shot. Kentucky with a 16-point advantage. Bonus shot, no good by Ammerman. Cox of Kentucky rebounds. Hooks it to Calvert, moving quickly in front court. Pulls up deep and straight away and flips to Adrian Smith. Breaks to the weak side against Bingham, and his shot is good, and a foul on the play. The goal's good. Adrian Smith in there looking for the goal and getting it. As for Don Bingham, it is personal foul number 3. For Adrian Smith, it is his 5th field goal, and in a reserve role here tonight, Adrian Smith has come up with 14 points, 8 better than he was able to do in the Maryland game, which had been his best previous game. Smith shooting, missing, taken off by Geip of Tennessee. Passes one out to Bingham, who moves up in front court with Cats leading 83-65. Giving over to Thompson, and a 25-foot jump shot short, bounces off. Geip taps no good and goes to the floor. A pushing foul goes against Tennessee. Ammerman has drawn it, we believe. It is Ammerman drawing his 4th personal foul. Clock stops with 4 minutes, 47 seconds to play. Kentucky 83, Tennessee 65. Ammerman has 31 points to lead all scorers by a big margin. Mills of Kentucky shooting and hitting at the free throw line. Mills in a reserve role has picked up 8 points tonight as he stands in for a bonus shot. That's good. Kentucky now leads 85-65, their longest lead of the game. Down the left side to Keller, who moves out. 20-footer is no good. Geip goes up on the back of Ammerman, and they both hit the floor as Beck takes the rebound to Calvert. High one to Cox to the right. He lays it up. Good, and 2 men take him to the floor. The foul is on Thompson of Tennessee. Actually, Thompson really saved Cox some trouble because he and Geip both wedged on him or pinched him as he came in, and Cox turned his back to the basket and shot, thereby exposing himself to a flat-of-the-back fall to the floor, and the pincer's movement saved him. His first free throw is good. Johnny has only 4 points in this half of play, 13 for the game, and his second shot's good to move the Cats in front by 22 points, 87-65 with 4.5 minutes to go. Up in front court, Bingham of Tennessee moves in, jump shot, free throw line, no good. Rebounding Calvert has it taken away by Mills, who scoops it right back to him. Moves up in front court to the top of the circle, cuts to go, gives to Mills, wide open, he lays it up and misses. Keller of Tennessee rebounds, flips it to Ammerman, who gets by Adrian Smith, going in against Beck, flips to Keller, who drops it, picks it up, and lays it in. And for Keller, it's his first point of the game. Keller had played to within 4 minutes of conclusion without a point. Kentucky leading 87-67 as Calvert in front court walks with it on a fake. Out of bounds to Tennessee. Herm Thompson says something to him as he moves out of bounds to flip it into Bingham, going back to play. Bingham against Calvert. Down the left side to Keller. Keller passes to Ammerman. Mills knocks it down, and Cox picks it up. 2-2 break with Adrian Smith. Smith to the left, fake, spins on Thompson, turns and shoots. Good. Beautiful play by Smith. Adrian Smith with 6 field goals, and Tennessee timeout, their 4th of the ball game. Kentucky 89, Tennessee 67. We got 3.5 minutes to play here at Knoxville, and let us talk right now about Adrian Smith, a 6-foot junior from Farmington, Kentucky, who tonight came in a reserve role in the first half and picked up 2 points. Unnoticed as a reserve as he hit those pair of free throws. Coach Adolph Rupp did one of his rare things in starting Smith back rather than Atkins, who started the ball game. And Smith, starting the second half, has come back with 14 points in this half of play. And it has been tremendous as Smith and Calvert of Kentucky have both picked up 6 field goals. Ray Mills has 2 and Beck has 1. So it shows you that Kentucky in the second half of play has picked up 16 field goals. And 15. 12 of the 15 field goals have been picked up by Calvert and Adrian Smith, who equally divide them. Now Bill Smith, no relation, is replacing Ed Beck at the pivot. He's a 20-year-old junior from Walton, Kentucky, who played high school basketball at Walton Verona. Bill is 6'5", weighs 203, been looking good in practice this week, has 12 points, game average 2.4, best nights against Miami and Houston when he got 4. He scored 2 here in Knoxville last year. Thompson of Tennessee back in front court, most to the right, goes, can't shoot, as he hands out to Bob Geip. Out deep to Bingham, top of the circle one-hander. It's in and out, and a picking foul under the basket against Bill Smith of Kentucky. It's the first foul on Smith, and Bill Cassidy replaces Ray Mills at forward, and Johnny Brewer now comes off the bench. Johnny Brewer, 21-year-old senior from Anchorage, graduated at Eastern. He's 6'3", weighs 182. Brewer, 59 points, averaging 4.5 a game, had his best night against Georgia Tech when he got 12. And Adrian Smith comes out to make way for southpaw Bill Cassidy, a 20-year-old junior from Inez, who's 6'2", weighs 191. Cassidy with 35 points is averaging 3.1 a game. Geip of Tennessee shoots and misses. Calvert gets the rebound. Moves up the backcourt, whips one to Cassidy, moving down the left side. Pulls up, gives to Cox, moves to the corner, goes to the baseline, backing in with a hook. Johnny Cox with his 5th field goal. Kentucky leads 91-67. Here last year, the Cats scored 95 points. We got 3 minutes to go. Up in front court, Bingham of Tennessee breaks on Calvert and shoots too high. Rebounding Johnny Cox. Whips it out to Brewer. 2-on-1 with Cassidy. Down the left to Cassidy, who lays it up and in. Cassidy pulled up abruptly on Thompson and fired in his first field goal as the Cats move out in front, 93-67. Back in front court, Bingham of Tennessee to Thompson. To the left side to Keller, who fakes a return and falls away, doesn't shoot on Cox. Moves out, hooks over to Geip. Moves in on Bill Smith, holding the ball at arm's length, dribbling. Geip at the baseline, looks for a man, finds Reverts, who's in there, charges in on Bill Smith, who's blocking on the play. It's the second foul on Smith, and Harold Ross and Abe Collinsworth come into the Kentucky lineup, replacing Johnny Cox and Jerry Calvert. Collinsworth, 20-year-old junior from Salyersville, is 6'3", weighs 185. And Harold Ross from Hickman, 20-year-old junior, 6'2", weighs 180. Into the Tennessee lineup, Bob Gentry, 20-year-old junior from here in Knoxville. He's 6'3", weighs 180. And Keller comes out. It's Reverts of Tennessee on the free throw line for one try. He hasn't scored his second time in the game as a reserve. Reverts sights, and the shot's in and out. Smith rebounds. Geip knocks it away, and Smith recovers. Gives to Collinsworth, up to Johnny Brewer. Brewer will be playing a forward, but he's running at guard right now. Collinsworth to Smith. A turnaround shot over Geip. Bounces off, no good. Tapped up, no good by Brewer. By Cassidy, no good. And out of bounds. Goes to Tennessee. We got 2 minutes, 10 seconds to play. Kentucky leading 93-67. Thompson on the left side. Moving out with it is Gentry. Gives over to Bingham at the top of the circle. Back to Thompson. Goes in against Brewer. Turns his back to him. Moves out to the free throw line and feeds Geip a bad bounce pass that's picked up. Down the left side to Reaverts, who moves out with it. Passes to Thompson. Straight away 30 feet. Thompson breaks to the right. Gets his shot off, and it's good. Herm Thompson with his 8th field goal of the game makes it 93-69. Kentucky with a 24-point advantage. Hickman's Harold Ross in front court to Collinsworth, who's actually at a forward. Out to Cassidy. Spins, hands off to Brewer. 25-foot jump shot is shortened to the right. Geip rebounds for Tennessee. Everybody racing away from him. He just stops and then flips it into Bingham, who goes back to get him. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Bingham on the right side against Ross. Fakes and is cut off after a one-bounce dribble. To Thompson, he unloads from 20 feet and hits. Herm Thompson gets his 9th field goal, the same as Ammerman and Calvert of Kentucky. 3 men now with 9 field goals. Ammerman is the big guy with 31 for Tennessee. Ross of Kentucky with a 25-footer hits. Harold Ross, a deadly shot, gets his first field goal of the game. And Kentucky leads 95-71. They won here last year, 95-68. So it's virtually a replay. Cassidy, blocking, commits the personal foul. For Bill Cassidy, it's his first one. 47 seconds to play as Tennessee captain Herm Thompson goes to the free throw line. Bill Smith comes out of the Kentucky lineup, and Dick Howe is in. Dick Howe, 20-year-old sophomore from Carbondale, Illinois, stands 6'5", weighs 208 as Thompson hits for Tennessee. He draws the bonus shot. The most points Kentucky has scored in a game this season, 114 against Miami. Bonus shot no good, but Thompson drops off to the right. The rebound taken off by Dick Howe with his foot at the baseline, and Tennessee gets it. We've got 40 seconds to play. Tennessee backing over. Bingham gets the pass deep, moves to the right, covered up, fakes the hand to Geip, then gets to Reaverts. Wide open, he shoots it up too high, no good. Geip lays it up, no good. Howe takes it off and is fouled as he gets the rebound by Tennessee's Bob Geip. His first foul of the game. Clock is stopped with 29 seconds to go. Foul by Geip. Well, this game here will probably give Adrian Smith a chance to run at guard next Saturday night in Nashville against Vanderbilt. Dick Howe of Kentucky shoots and misses. Reaverts of Tennessee rebounds, passes up to Thompson. As Kentucky's lead remains 95-72, Thompson misses from the top of the circle, tapped up no good by Reaverts, and here's a foul on Bill Cassidy of Kentucky. For Cassidy, his second foul. Clock shows 18 seconds to go. As Tennessee's Don Reaverts goes to the free throw line, he's got one shot coming. This is Reaverts' third free throw of the game. He shoots and misses again. Cassidy has the rebound knocked away from him by Geip, but picked up by Ross. Mo's in front court, pulls up, and hands off to Brewer. Over to Ross. 25-footer is no good, dropped off, and picked up by Ross, who lays it in on the rebound. Harold Ross with his first field goal makes it 97-72. The ball passed in, got away, and it goes over again as the ball game ends. So the final score is 97-72. Kentucky 97, Tennessee 72. We'll have your individual scoring in just a moment. Right now, a reminder that when you buy tires, you're wise to buy from a man who has tire know-how. And your Standard Oil dealer is just the man to see. You can count on him for good tire advice because he counts on your friendship. So when he recommends Atlas tires, you can be sure there are none finer. His Atlas Plycron Cushion Air tires offer the outstanding advantages of Atlas tubeless construction. They're built tough to give you longer wear. They're built for safety, for road gripping control, and quick, sure stops. What's more, Atlas tires carry a guarantee that works for you wherever and whenever you drive. Yes, every Atlas tire carries a written guarantee from Standard Oil Company, honored and serviced by 38,000 dealers across the United States and Canada. So see your Standard Oil dealer tomorrow about a generous trade-in for new Atlas Plycron Cushion Air tires. Now the individual scoring will stand in favor of Tennessee's junior from Newcastle, Indiana, Leon Ammerman, who put on quite an exhibition in the second half of play. Ammerman came up with a total of 31 points. Let's check to make sure we're right with 9 field goals. He missed 4 free throws, but he hit 13 and ends up with 31 points to lead scorers. And Herm Thompson, the Tennessee captain, had 9 field goals. He had 5 in the second half after getting 4 in the first half. Thompson had 8 field goals. He missed 6 tries. He had 26 points as Thompson and Ammerman do the damage against Kentucky here tonight. The other scoring for Tennessee drops off sharply to Gene Termollion, who had 6 points in the first half. He fouled out with 8 minutes 48 seconds to go. He had 2 field goals, 2 free throws in the first half. Dick Keller got 2 points and a field goal with 4 minutes to play. Don Reverts was in the game but didn't score. He missed all 3 free throws in the second half. Don Bingham, a Kentucky boy playing at guard for Tennessee, had 5 points, 2 field goals, and a free throw all in the first half. Kenny Coulter was in the ball game but didn't score. Bob Geit played and didn't score. He missed 1 free throw. Bob Risser played but didn't score, and the same for Bob Gentry. For the Wildcats of Kentucky, Jerry Calvert led at field goals. He had 9 and finished his night's work with a total of 20 points, 9 field goals, 2 out of 5 on the free throw line. Next in field goals for Kentucky was Adrian Smith, who hit 6, all of them in the second half of play. And tonight we saw Adrian Smith in the reserve role come in for 16 points, 14 of them in the second half when Tennessee hung with Kentucky for about 13 or 14 minutes, playing them goal for goal, and it was Tennessee that finally had to give up the torrid pace. 16 points for Adrian Smith, 10 points better than he did in his best outing against Maryland when he scored 6 at Lexington. John Krigler tonight was away to a good game, but he fouled out trying to stop Ammerman. He had 14 minutes and 40 seconds yet to go when he went out with 11 points, 5 field goals, and a free throw, all of them in the first half of play. Kentucky's captain tonight, Ed Beck, had his best night of the season. He had 17 points, 1 better than his high of 16 against BPI. And Johnny Cox tonight came up with a total of 16 points on 5 field goals, and at the free throw line, 6 out of 8. Abe Collinsworth had 2 points on a field goal. Harold Ross, 2 points on a field goal. Dick Howe didn't score, missed 1 free throw. Earl Atkins, who started, got a field goal for 2 points and missed 1 free throw. Bill Cassidy, 2 points and a field goal. And Ray Mills tonight, playing in a reserve role, picked up 9 points. 3 field goals and 3 out of 6 free throws. So Kentucky's leading scorer, Jerry Calvert, who had his best night of last year here in Knoxville with 24, has tonight come up with 20, 9 field goals and 2 free throws. Adrian Smith and Johnny Cox deadlocked for 3rd place behind Ed Beck. Beck had 17, Cox and Smith had 16, and that was the backbone of scoring. Krigler, 11, was the 5th Wildcat in double figures. Kentucky led 45-33 at halftime, and they held their 12-point advantage as they battled Tennessee basket for basket for about 13 minutes until the Volunteers finally withered under the torrid pace, and the Cats went away with a victory of 25 points. The final score was Kentucky 97, Tennessee 72. It is Tennessee's 4th straight loss. The Volunteers are in the cellar. After winning 8 straight ball games outside the loop, they came into conference play and have lost 4 in a row. For Kentucky, it gives them 3 wins against the 1 defeat by Tulane. And those are the highlights from tonight's Kentucky-Tennessee game. We'd like to thank our engineer, Jake Harrison, of Knoxville radio station WATE, and our statistician, David Sullivan. And this reminder that on next Saturday night, January 26th, Standard Oil Company and Standard Oil dealers throughout Kentucky, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, and Mississippi will bring you the game between U of K and Vanderbilt from Nashville. Be sure to listen in. Stay alert, save a life in winter driving. That's the lifeline of the month from the National Safety Council. Especially during bad weather months, no driver can afford to drop his constant guard. Look alive. Now, this is Claude Sullivan speaking from Alumni Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of the University of Tennessee here in Knoxville, wishing you good night and a pleasant weekend. Your final score again, Kentucky 97, Tennessee 72. This is the Standard Oil Sports Network.